All right. Welcome back, friends, and thank you for joining us today on this 7th episode of TWU, True Words Unleashed. Today, we are going to be giving you some information in regards to how much time is left for some of the people on the local 258 executive board. All right, you guys? Now, before we dive into today's episodes, I'd like to share with you a brief parentheses, all right, little parentheses before we get into the topic of discussion here. I'd like to share with you some of the letters, two letters in specific, that I received from Local 258 in April 2023. So allow me to share my screen with you guys quickly. There it is right there. Okay, and that is the first letter right there. I'm not going to read it in its entirety, you guys. You can simply take a screenshot of it or pause it right here so you can read it at your discretion. The letter pretty much states that Local 258 is not going to pay me for any of my back pay that is owed to me for the previous 4 months. Now, in case you're wondering why is Roger Marenco demanding back pay from Local 258, well, allow me to share my screen. There it is right there. This is the TWU International Appeals Committee, appeal number 2219. If you look down there in blue, I highlighted in blue, this is where it states, and I quote, "This violated the due process rights of the accused president and requires that we reverse the decision of the executive board and send the matter back to the local for a new hearing." End quote. So, friends, whenever a person is suspended without pay and they go through the process of fighting to overturn their non-paid suspension and they win their case through the appeals process, just like I did, back pay is also then required, fought for, requested, demanded, etc. Now, if you guys remember back in episode number 5 of TWU True Words Unleashed, I shared with you the email that I sent to Local 258 demanding that they pay me my money. And as you can see here, well, they pretty much said, no, we are not going to pay you your money. So, friends, I share this information with you to keep you in the loop about the fact that I will now be filing a claim. And let me share my screen with you. There it is right there. I am going to be filing a claim with the State of California Department of Industrial Relations Labor Commissioner's Office, which is located here in San Francisco, 455 Golden Gate Avenue. Their website is up on the screen right now for you to view in case any of you ever experience wage theft, because wage theft is a crime. And actually, one of the banners that is hanging on the walls of this department is the banner that states wage theft is a crime. So, how does this pertain to you? Well, I have to inform you guys that this pertains to you because it's your money. Your money will be paying for this process, for this case, you guys. Since the executive board of Local 258 is continuing to fight against me and violate my rights, discriminate against me, not pay me what is legally owed to me, then your union dues will be used once again, you guys, to fight another losing battle against Roger Marenco. Now, remember, friends, Local 258 has lost every single battle against Roger Marenco through the TWU Appeals Committee process. And Local 258 has also lost every single case that has been brought against them through the State of California Department of Industrial Relations Labor Commissioner's Office. And I can think of maybe 3 or 4, maybe even 5 cases in the past 4 years where Local 258 has lost everything, you guys. All right, they've lost all those cases. So once again, why am I informing you of this? Well, because it's your money that Local 258 is wasting fighting another losing battle against Roger Marenco. So this is how the executive board of Local 258 has decided to use your union dues. So essentially, Local 258, you guys, is saying, hey, you guys, we have more than $500,000 in the bank. Oh my goodness, we've never had this amount of money before. What are we going to do with it? What should we use it for? Our members don't know what's going on. They don't know what's happening. They don't keep track of the money. So what should we use this money for? Well, we have no idea what to do with it. So let's just use the money to continue fighting against Roger Marenco. Since we don't have any idea what to do with the money, let's just use it to continue fighting against Roger Marenco. So friends, that is your money being wasted, fighting another losing battle against Roger Marenco. Damn. TWU, True Words Unleashed, you guys. Now, allow me to share with you the second letter. Share my screen with you guys. There it is right here. This is the second letter that I received from Local 258 in April 2023. There it is right there. Now, I am not going to read the entire letter because it's lengthy, so feel free to pause it right here, take a screenshot of it, and you can read it at your discretion. That's page 1, and this is page 2 right there. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to scroll back up to the first page, and I'm simply going to read the highlighted area where it states, a hearing will be held on Friday, April 14, 2023, and will commence promptly at 9 a.m. This will be your opportunity to appear and explain your conduct to the executive board under Article 21. You guys, under Article 21. Why is that number 21 important? Well, let's go back to the letter that we just read pertaining to the TWU Appeals Committee. There it is right there. I'm going to zoom out, you guys. Pay attention to this. I'm going to zoom out, highlight it down there in yellow. What did it state? It states, and I quote, the new hearing should be before an Article 20 trial committee appointed in accord with that article and proceeding in accord with it. All the usual rules that apply to such a proceeding will apply to this one. And in addition, we shall require that a stenographic transcript be made of the hearing. Said hearing should be conducted and completed within 30 days of receipt of this decision, but not to exceed 45 days. Friends, in the TWU International Appeal letter that you are watching right there on your screen, highlighted in yellow and circled in red, it says under Article 20. That is how I am supposed to be tried, according to the highest court of the land within TWU. Article 20. However, let's go back to the letter from Local 258. What does it say right there? Highlighted in red. It says under Article 21. So, you guys, let me explain to you very quickly the difference between Article 20 and 21. Under Article 20, as it states right here under the TWU appeal letter, Article 20 means that I, Roger Marenco, receive a trial with 3 members in good standing. Okay, you guys, that's the trial committee under Article 20. However, Local 258, I'm going to share the screen right there. Local 258, in a sneaky way, they threw a curveball right here, you guys. They said, no, we're not going to give Roger an Article 20 hearing or trial. We're going to sneak in 21. Did these people really think that I was not going to catch this, that I was not going to read this, you guys? They are changing the rules of the game. Why is Article 21 and 20 separate? Well, I just explained Article 20. Now, what does 21 say? Article 21 means that the executive board of Local 258 gets to be the judge, jury, and executioner, you guys. So essentially, the same group that suspended me in December 22, the same group that removed me from the election is going to be my judge, jury, and executioners. Again, you guys, the same group that has suspended me every single time since the first day in office, you guys. So that's why it is important to understand Article 20 and 21, you guys. The TWU International clearly knows and understands that Local 258 is systemically biased against Roger Marenco. That's why the TWU International Appeals Committee, as you see right there, has stated that Roger Marenco needs to be tried under Article 20. However, Local 258 says, nope, we're not going to allow 3 members in good standing to be judge, jury, and executioners. We, Local 258, are going to be judge, jury, and executioners again. So you guys already know what the outcome is going to be. You guys, it's interesting because the international representatives are aware that there is indeed, like I stated, systemic bias against Roger Marenco in Local 258. And this is why they've clearly stated that they want an Article 20 trial proceeding so that it can be fair. But as you can see, Local 258 is not interested in giving me a fair trial because they are afraid that I will once again win my case. So, with this being stated, you guys, I cannot be a part of an illegal process where my rights continue to be violated. I will not participate in a kangaroo court where the same group is going to be my judge, jury, and executioners again for the fifth time. If this were criminal proceedings, you guys, in a real court with a real trial, real jury, real judge, these proceedings would be borderline the realm of double jeopardy, which under the Fifth Amendment, it's illegal under those proceedings and principles. So, what is Roger Marenco going to do? Well, Roger Marenco is not going to attend this kangaroo court because it is a circus, you guys, filled with illiteracy and ignorance, which I do not partake in. All right. Roger Marenco will simply file another appeal with the TWU International Appeals Committee, and Roger Marenco is going to win once again because of the fact that Local 258 once again violated my rights by not giving me a fair trial, even though it was explicit in the instructions from the TWU Appeals Committee, you guys. You know, it's interesting because sometimes I wonder if the TWU folks over in the East Coast might be saying, damn, these guys in Local 258, these representatives really are illiterate. Roger wasn't lying. And now Roger won another case simply because they don't read. Damn. That's what I think the TWU International folks in the East Coast might be saying about Local 258. So, who do you think won round 5 of this extremely expensive kangaroo court, you guys? Who do you think won? Who do you think is going to win? Do me a favor, you guys, and ask to see the total price for this kangaroo court so that you can see how much of your money Local 258 wasted on another losing battle against me. If Local 258 does not tell you the amount of money that they wasted on this kangaroo court, then that is a serious violation, you guys, because this is your money and you have the right to know where every single one of your dollars goes, how it's used and how it is wasted, you guys. All right, coming back from that parentheses, you guys, reeling it back into the main topic of discussion, it is important, you guys, to know the facts about the people that are in office and about the people running for office. So let's talk about the basics, you guys. There are some people among our membership who believe that the union positions exist for those people who are getting ready to retire because the union positions are easy positions where you don't get to drive all day, you guys. That's the notion, the belief, the logic of some folks. Now, let us break down this erroneous logic with a very simple timeline, you guys. At this moment, there are 5 union chairpersons who have been here more than 25 years. One of them has more than 30 years, another more than 28 years, another more than 27 years. So there's 5 chairpersons with more than 25 years of service, right, you guys? My question is this: how much longer do you really think that these people in office are going to last? How many more years of service do you think these people in office are going to put out? Now, that's just 5 union chairpersons. There's 2 more positions that I'd like to talk about. We can't forget the recording secretary, who is not even on the platform because she's been out on leave for several years. However, your union dues are going straight into her paycheck. And we have no idea if she is ever coming back to work. But of course, she will not leave her position as recording secretary because of the fact that your money is going straight into her pocket. If you guys remember in episode number 4 of TWU True Words Unleashed, we showed you the evidence where the agency has informed the recording secretary that she has no legal right to do any work because of the fact that she's out on a workers' comp leave, you guys. The next position and final position that I'm going to be talking about is about the sham president, Anthony Ballister. Now, I'd like to share my screen just so you can get a bird's eye view of what it is that I'm talking about. There it is right there. This is from Anthony Ballister. I just highlighted you guys in yellow down there where it shows, where it says, I will be retiring in hopefully 5 years. That was from February 2021, you guys, Anthony Ballister. All right. Now, this next post right here is from earlier this year, where from 2023, where Anthony Ballister says, you guys, I have only 3 to 6 years to fight for your livelihood. All right, you guys. All right, fantastic. Anthony Ballister is getting ready to leave. So, as we have clearly shown you here, Anthony Ballister is on his way out. And that's great, you guys. That's awesome. Congratulations, Anthony Ballister. Anthony Ballister is preparing his game plan for leaving the agency. Anthony Ballister is planning his exit strategy. Anthony Ballister, you guys, is on his way out. This is the reason why he has no idea and no game plan pertaining to the next round of contract negotiations, which is in less than 9 months, you guys. I personally started preparing proposals and a strategy at least a year prior to contract negotiations. Anthony Ballister is this is interesting, you guys, because I've been thinking about this. So, Anthony Ballister is so afraid that if the name of Roger Marenco is on the next is on the next ballot, then Anthony Ballister will lose because Anthony Ballister has absolutely no chance of winning against Roger Marenco in an open election, in a fair election, in a free election, in a democratic election. And Anthony Ballister knows this. That's why he is so afraid of the name Roger Marenco being on the next ballot, you guys. Instead of working on the next round of contract negotiations, Anthony Ballister at this very moment is working on suspending Roger Marenco again and removing the name of Roger Marenco again from the ballot in the next election. Again, because Anthony Ballister, how can I say this in simple terms? Well, I'm going to be colloquial, you guys. Anthony Ballister is nothing more than a coward. It's that simple. And that is at its most quintessential definition and level, you guys. Facts, not opinions. So let's see what happens. Let's see if the name of Roger Marenco will be on the next ballot, the next election, so that members can vote freely for whom they choose. Or is the name of Roger Marenco going to be illegally removed once again? Let's see. Of course, you guys, we cannot forget about the fact, for those of you guys that have been in person, about the fact that Anthony Ballister has spent his time crying at the general membership meeting in February 2023 and crying at the general membership meeting in March 2023 in front of the members. Now, let me know, you guys, if, do me a favor, let me know if Anthony Ballister starts crying again in April of 2023 at the next general membership meeting. You know, for the moment, I'd like to give a direct message to Anthony Ballister. Pull up your big boy underwear, stop crying at the general membership meetings, dry your pseudo tears, and start working on the next proposals for the next round of contract negotiations, which start in less than 9 months. Anthony Ballister, do not be afraid of the name Roger Marenco being on the ballot. All right. You actually will look a lot more like a man if you simply leave me alone and stop fighting against Roger Marenco. Because if you defeat Roger Marenco in an open election, in a fair election, in a free election, in a democratic election, that would make you look more like a man as opposed to a coward trying to remove the name of Roger Marenco because you're afraid of losing. Direct message to Anthony Ballister right there, you guys. Now, we're running short on time, you guys. As we end today's episode, I ask you, I beseech you, please pay attention to those who are currently in office, and please pay attention to those who are going to be running for office in the next election. Please pay attention to how long these people will be around, but more importantly, you guys, please pay attention to how soon they will not be around. Please pay attention to that, you guys. I beseech you. That concludes our time for today, you guys. Join us in the next episode of TWU True Words Unleashed, where we will show you documentation of who has not been paying their union dues, and if indeed there are any consequences pertaining to not paying your union dues. All right, you guys, with the last slide, as always, I am going to share with you the TWU top leadership over in the East Coast, you guys, so that you can contact them directly with your questions, comments, inquiries, challenges, etc., and ask them, say, hey, what the is going on in local 258? Because we are giving you more than 50 grand per month. You better get involved soon or else. All right, you guys, as always, stay safe out there.